Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching another video from me, Sanitary 103. In this video I wanted to talk about coffee, but more importantly I wanted to discuss the main ingredient in coffee, which is, I'm sure you guessed it right, caffeine. A lot of people need their caffeine fix, right? Every morning before going to work, I'm always amazed to see the drive-through window at Starbucks packed with car after car after car trying to get their caffeine fix. So in this video, I wanted to talk about some of the dangers slash negatives of having too much coffee slash caffeine, talk about some of the positives if there are any, and then give you my overall thoughts on this topic. So let's get it started. Now, one of the drawbacks of having too much coffee slash caffeine is that if you drink too much coffee, it can dehydrate you. Studies have shown that you have to drink 500 milligrams or more per day to get dehydrated. And to put this into perspective, an average cup of Joe is about 100 milligrams of caffeine. So if you're drinking 5 cups of Joe or more per day, you could run the risk of being dehydrated, which is unsafe. Another negative of drinking too much coffee and getting all that caffeine in your system is that it can create a crash and burn effect. And basically what that means is that once you drink the coffee, you get all alert, you feel like, you want to run a mile, you want to go to the club and get crazy, but then afterwards you just completely crash, you feel completely tired and worse off. So that's another negative. A third negative of drinking too much coffee is, guess what? It's bad for your teeth. Along with smoking cigarettes, coffee is terrible for trying to keep your teeth white because it will not do that. It's very counterproductive. Now granted, you could probably get some whitening strips and that's fine, but I kind of like having naturally whiter teeth, so you got to be careful about that. Another negative consequence of having too much coffee slash caffeine is that because it's a stimulant, anytime you put something into your system, you become dependent on it. And once you take away that component from your body, guess what happens? You go through withdrawal. And I've personally known a few people who drink a lot of coffee and then have tried to slowly wean off it, and guess what happened? They felt irritable, they felt tired, and the biggest complaint I hear is they get these massive headaches, these crazy migraines, because their body is so used to all that caffeine in your system, and now it's completely in shock and is saying, give me caffeine. So that's another negative. And the last negative, this might not apply to everybody, but it happened to me. Now, I actually don't drink coffee. I rarely do. The taste of it's okay, but I just don't have time in the morning to make coffee, and it's just really not my thing. But one day I was really tired, and I don't remember, it was a couple of years ago, and I went to Starbucks. I had a gift card, and I bought like a medium coffee, and I drank it in the morning on an empty stomach, and it completely irritated my stomach. And I had a little bit to eat, but it just really messed up my stomach really bad. So if you're gonna drink coffee and you have a sensitive stomach, make sure you have a nice stable meal to be able to soak up that coffee in your system. So you might be asking yourself, with all these negatives with coffee, why would I even touch it, right? Are there any positives? Well, in moderation, yes. And one of the main positives of caffeine is that it's a cheaper alternative if you want to use for a pre-workout supplement. Now in my hand right here, I have a Jack 3D. It's pretty popular. I'm not a big supplement guy. I'll put a link to the review that I did a couple of months ago, I believe, on this link up here. But anyway, this thing, will run about $25 to $30 for 45 scoops. It can get quite costly if you're a bigger guy and you're taking like 2 or 3 scoops per workout. I only take one a couple times a week. But coffee is a good alternative and you'll save some money instead of spending it on pre-workout supplements all the time. Put that down. Another positive of coffee when you drink it in moderation is that it can actually get you more focused, more alert, and keep you more mentally sharp. Now, there's a lot of people that drink maybe 1 cup of coffee in the morning and it has no ill effect on them. It actually makes them feel sharper at work, more focused, you don't feel as groggy. Let's say if you're a student and you need to take a test, it kind of will zone you in. As long as you're not overdoing it and drinking, 4 or 5 cups and you're all, jittery, it actually can have some good benefits. So that's definitely another positive. And the last one I wanted to discuss, it's a little bit up for debate. Some people say that it actually can boost your metabolism, the caffeine content. Like I said, that one's up for debate. I'll leave it up to you guys to search the web on that, but that is something definitely to take into consideration as well. So in conclusion, like with most things in life, moderation is key. I would say to be safe, if you drink 3 cups or less, that'll lessen your chances of getting dehydrated. It'll lessen your chances of getting too irritable and edgy, and lessen your chances of getting dependent on this stimulant. And the other quick thing I wanted to mention is that when you drink your coffee, black is probably preferable, although it probably doesn't taste as good. Be careful with the creams and the sugars. If you put too much of it, that's going to cause the insulin spike, and that's going to be counterproductive for weight loss. So thank you once again for watching this video. I appreciate all my supporters, my subscribers, and anyone who's watching my videos. All comments and questions are always welcome, and I'll definitely try my best to answer anything on my inbox. I'm getting a little bit more, which is great feedback. However, I do have a full-time job and have some other things to take care of, but I'll definitely keep my word and get back to you. Take care.